Welcome, fellow fans and collectors, to another Transformers unboxing. Today we have Transformers Age of the Primes Air Raid. He is in the new Generations style packaging. Generations, the adult collector style one. On the side of the box here we have 3 of our 13 primes. Looks like Quintus Prime. Very feminine looking Quintus Prime. Amalgamus Prime. I know him by his pineapple-shaped symbol. And Onyx Prime, the Beast one. On the back we have some product shots. And we have some nice artwork of SUPERION, which we should get by the end of this line. Well, this year. Product, you know, your normal made in, etc., Vietnam. Here at the bottom, let's get the crack in this guy open and see what's inside. As I do so, I invite you to hit like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. I do try to come back with figures as often as videos as I get figures. Yeah. So the box is empty. There is some instructions. There is some garbage. And here is Air Raid. Air Raid, the Transformer with the AERIALBOT with the black airplane mode, is how I remember Air Raid. Because every other, well, they're usually white. The theme is white and red. So the Air Raid is the odd one out, with his alt mode being not in either of those colors. Oh, okay. I think that's it. That package was incredibly hard to get. So we got some guns here. Little shotgunny handguns. 2 of the same. These are of softer feeling plastic. And then we have some wings. These are nice hard ABS. Little scruffy thing there. Blemish. I'm not going to too much. And of course, these are on 5mm pegs, same as the handles. Let's free Air Raid from his prison. That should just about do it. Oh. Now, these here should not be the Combiner Wars style, or they're not going to be the Combiner Wars style. That's empty. So we're not going to be able to mix them and match them as much as we used to be able to. So no Scramble City here, sadly. But a lot less should be, well, there we go. Should be sacrificed for these guys. Let me lower this a little bit so we get him. Yeah. Bring some more light in here on the subject. So yeah. Looks like Air Raid. A lot less square looking than the previous incarnation. What does that do? It lifts up. Oh, that's his landing gear. Okay. Abs there. A little bit of hollowness here in his wrists. And that's been a common thing lately, where the hand doesn't go all the way in when you transform it. But that's needed for that. They're not going to put a filler panel on there for a deluxe. At least the head is filled in. That's good. Feet's filled in. Get some good motion. Of course, inhibited by the wings. You could T-pose. And with some manipulation, raise up high. There we go. Head is on a ball joint. Good, good, good. No ab crunch, but we do have twisties. You can do full split. forward, take backward, and he would be able to sit if you have a seat to accommodate that there. I don't know why he'd be sitting like that. We do have options for moving these back, as you've been seeing me do. These here just peg into like that. They do go like that. In bot mode, we're gonna flip them up like that. Flip them around for alt mode. There we go. And then we can have his guns. It's very solid, very solid joints. Very solid joints. Everything is very tight. So fold those back, fold those back. No rubbery stuff like the Combiner Wars. I like that. I don't like the... I want my Transformers not to warp over time, so I want harder plastic, even though this plastic does feel... I don't know how to... It feels softer. It feels like... It just feels soft. Some of it. The red is harder plastic. The black is harder plastic. This is a softer plastic. I don't mean it's... It feels like I put my fingernail into it and it would... You know, scar the plastic. That's what I mean by softer. Not that it's all gummy or bendy. But he has pretty good joints. Those are clear, ratchety things here. Right there on the hips, so that's good. It'll hold some good poses when we get some ratchet joints in anything. Not true ratchets, but they are bumpy, so... Yeah, and there he is. It's pretty good. The red and white, and the black, of course. I don't think this part here is accurate to the screen, but sacrifices have to be made when dealing with plastic. So, I'm gonna pause right here for a moment, and come back with the transformation. Okay, transformation is pretty simple for this guy. I have a feeling they're going to be pretty simple for all the aerial bots because they're planes in a deluxe size. Take off the guns first off. It's just... We're not going to get very complicated with the aerial bots. We're just going to push those back to where we first found them, into those 5mm pegs here at the sides. Voila. You move this down. Hide the head. Actually, does the head hide? Sorry. The head does not hide. I'm going to reverse the head, sorry. Flip that up. And pull that there. This part here, these pegs peg into the top of the shoulders. And you're going to pull that down to make that flat. The wings peg into there and there, into the arms. And the wings are already down because of how his profile is. You could fold them back, much like these. And as we saw in the packaging, feet get folded up like so, and then we have like a ratchet joint here. They're just going to fold back here, and that's going to go together, and then this joint here going to lift up, and that's going to just go in like so. I'll show this one here from this side. Going to lift up from the back. Again, there. We really should have done it at the same time because that piece there should peg in together. And then peg in like that. Drop those back fins. Flip those around. Get some nice little jet sculpting right there. Some little blades. Jet engine, there we go. Jet engine sculpting there. And it lines up pretty nicely with there where it would be in the actual vehicle. So he actually sits on his feet. We can pop out the landing gear right here, which will steady it. So he's sitting on his feet in both modes, which is weird. The guns do have storage here, or you put them anywhere you really want, but I'll put them on the wings as I tend to like my guns on my planes. And voila. There is air raid in vehicle mode. It looks like air raid in vehicle mode. All this white... I mean, it looks like any other version of air raid where he's just folded up on the bottom in vehicle mode. So that's absolutely no surprise right there. It's a little more compact, a little more square. It feels about the same bulkiness as the Combiner Wars version. I've already sold my Combiner Wars version because of the soft plastic. And anything with like the squishy plastic makes me nervous. Even if these guys aren't going to be the same. Nice detailing. Hey, it's dusty. Nice plain detailing. Not bad, not bad. Of course, there we do have our little blemish, but nothing too bad. Small gripe is that the landing gear should be up here, not back here. But that does allow it to stand up and make it play it's flying. So, yeah, it's inconsequential. What? Quencel? Yeah, whatever. I cannot speak. Let's transform back. Let's talk about scores and ratings. So, since we're in vehicle mode, I'm going to give it a 4. You really can't get much better. The squareness and no actual wheels to make him roll. So it's going to be a 4. It's good. Could be better. Not perfect. Alt mode? Or, yeah, we just did alt mode. We had the opportunity to make some weird looking big butt air raid right there, but we're not going to. We're going to put it normal. In bot mode, not big butt bot mode, he's going to get a 5. I think this is the best looking air raid. The Combiner Wars did well for playability, Scramble City, but they didn't have... Like, this guy feels like he's right out of War Dawn, which is great. That's what I'm going for. That's why I like it in my collection. You might want to go for... You might like the Combiner Wars one better, and that's good for you. But for me, this is a 5 out of 5 for his bot mode. That's great. Next, we're going to go with Transformation. Transformation, as we see, is intuitive. It's fun. It's got a little surprise with how that ratcheting works. Nothing extremely surprising. So I'm just going to give it a solid 3. I'm not going to go crazy with it. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. We'll bump it up to a 4. 4 for Transformation. Price point is $24.99. It is the first wave. We are going to find him everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him at Christmas time with some discounts and extra packaging. If not this year, maybe next year. That's just how first wave generations tend to be. Now, with issues that I don't want to talk about right now anyway, we might see an increase in the price. But for price, well, flashing there. He's the 3. He's average. It's good posability, good decent quality plastic. We're not dealing with rubbery plastic. Nothing broke, nothing popped off with it. So we'll just do a 3. So 4, 4, 5. He's a solid 4. Solid 4. Get him if you need an air raid in your collection. If you just want an air raid in your collection, get him. My particular one seems to have a few weird issues with just minor issues. I'm not really even gonna freak out about that. With just surface here and there. Considering the fact that he is not going to be like a main character in my display, he will probably be part of just SUPERION hanging on the back. But yeah, I say get him if you need an air raid. If not, you don't want an air raid, you don't care about the character, don't get him. Your choice, your money. I like this guy. 4 out of 5. And as always, at this point, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you are still watching, please hit that like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. I do come back with videos as often as I get figures. Also, I'm going to throw up a little, my PayPal thing if you want to throw me some change. That'd be awesome. That would help this channel greatly. But as always, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.